Media Mania, Tammy Bruce, Fox News contributor and president of the Independent Women's Voice, along with former CNN contributor and contributing editor at the American Spectator, Jeff Lord. All right, panel, let's begin with Jeff's former colleagues who allege the Mueller report is a gift to the Kremlin. Watch.
First of all, Vladimir Putin can fly the mission accomplished sign on his whatever carrier squadron or whatever he has or whatever he's building.
The Wall Street Journal headline now reads, Putin has won.
Mueller says nobody broke the law. So if I'm Putin, I'm saying, well, let's do it again.
Let's be clear. This report is a gift to the government of Russia. This is a very proud moment for Vladimir Putin for several reasons.
Jeff, is this how they express their disappointment or sorrow, apologies over there? What's going on?
Yeah. They ignored the main headline. And one of the things I think is amusing, Laura, I want to read you this short excerpt from a sentence in the actual Mueller report by the Mueller folks, that the Russians did this, quote, to provoke and amplify political and social discord in the United States, unquote. As all of those folks have just demonstrated, they succeeded beyond their wildest dreams because all these people took the bait. Big time.
Tammy, I've watched meltdowns before in the American media, but I think this is one for the ages because for so long they had banked it all on Trump was like trying to do a deal in Russia. So we had the dossier, then they went to the Trump Tower meeting and it was Cohen in Prague and none of it panned out.
You know, and even in the past, they'd gone so far as to making things up. Some people at that other network got fired or had to resign. So they've recognized in their own process that they're so invested in this false narrative that they've had to fake it. At this point, with the clips you showed, it's turned into fan fiction. It's not even, it's almost as though they know it's absolutely impossible. But they can't let it go. It's like that show Intervention where the person starts running across the parking lot because they don't want to get into the van to go to the airport, to go to the rehab center. They've completely lost any sense of normalcy, of any kind of sense of reality. And they know it and they don't care. They just think that, well, maybe this is going to be clickbait and maybe some of our audience will come back.
Well, MSNBC host Ari Melber is a lawyer, but apparently I'm not sure if he's a very good one or if he just misread part of the Mueller report.
And that goes back to what Mueller implies repeatedly here, which is if anyone else did this, they'd be busted, they'd be arrested, they'd probably be in jail. And it's different when it's the president.
Well, Tammy, is this the fantasy for the media folks to see that the president walked out of the White House in handcuffs? They thought they were going to see that, the orange jumpsuit. And again, if you read the report and read what they said about obstruction, it wasn't all banked on Article 2 and examining Article 2 powers. They didn't have the corrupt intent. They couldn't get corrupt intent because they didn't get an interview with the president, and they wouldn't have had it even if they did.
The media has been relying on the phrases like the walls are closing in. You know, they're coming in to get him. His whole family's going to walk out in the handcuffs. And normally you would think that this is someone who's saying this to their psychiatrist in the shrink's office. But no, they've been saying it on television. And now with the reality of it, it is almost pathological at this point. But really, the second book on obstruction shouldn't have really been written at all.
I mean,
it's based in it's based in that kind of fantasy, almost like, the consolation prize so that the Democrats and the media can try to hang their hat on something.
Now, because the report clears President Trump of conspiring, coordinating with the Russians, we should be done with the media's collusion dreams, I would have thought. Well, not so fast.
Ultimately, the conclusion here in this special counsel was it did not rise to the level of a violation of the law, but there is significant contact here. You might even say collusion, George.
I understand, Jeff Lord, at one point in time, someone on the Trump campaign drank a White Russian at the bar. Okay? So, John, Carl, Jeff, go ahead.
The only collusion here, I mean, these people keep asking for transparency. They want to talk collusion. They're about to get the real truth with all these deep state people and the FBI and the Department of Justice who were colluding with members of the media to trap Donald Trump, to frame Donald Trump. And they were obsessed about it. And they're still obsessed about it. And they're so disappointed they didn't get them, and they're going to try again. And the only one they're going to get is themselves.
Well, they need to go to some type of rehabilitation program or spot treatment or rehab. So they gotta be able to shake this. This is like an addiction for them. I mean, honestly, they gotta shake it. Guys, great to see both of you tonight. Thank you so much. Love having you on.
Thanks, Laura.
And when we come